Let's go. This is the fun dude. So, hey. This seems like the final Grand Prix of the 2025 Grand Prix. And it seems like as if, right, it's going to be a three-way tie. And, yeah, so basically we have a three-way title where we have Max Verstappen versus Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri. Where initially Oscar Piastri was in fact the lead of the 2025 Grand Prix, and then somehow during the midterm of the Grand Prix, he managed to fuck up, and somehow managed to get Lando Norris to be on top. Alan Prost! Alan Prost is still alive. What is he saying? Yep, so he says some stuff that they need to keep up the good spirits, but you have a three-way tie. Right, Shaquille O'Neal, Terry Crews. Yeah. So we don't even know, like, the fucking, they don't know what they're doing. But anyways, you have a three-way tie. A simple three-way tie between Max Verstappen, Lando Norris, and Oscar Piastri. Oscar Piastri was dominant, and now he might somehow fuck up, but it says if that fuck up is, it's slowly on fucking themselves up, and now it seems as if Oscar is becoming much more dominant again, and now it feels as if that Oscar could actually win if he's actually ahead of Lando Norris. But this is not only ever who's gonna win. It really depends on what McLaren, it's based on generally who's the dominant racer in the race. If they want Oscar to be dominant, they would choose Oscar. If they want Lando to be dominant, as we saw in the last couple of races, um, we was it we already saw in the last couple of races, it could be possible. But we all could know that Max Verstappen could just be climbing up onto a podium and easily win this. It's just simply a three-way tie that is simply too tight. So if you want me to clear that jibber jobber up, basically, what I say right is that if now it goes down to what the McLaren team wants as a dominant driver, and it depends on how dominant Max Verstappen is within the race. And on top of this, how easy they will be able to work together. If they would in fact manage to fuck up one of their drivers just so that they can make the other driver much more better, then so be it, and it could just clearly show the damn corruption within the team itself. And who knows, we could just see an uprise. So it really depends on, because this is going to be watched by millions and millions of people, and that corruption of having a huge bias of who the dominant driver is could easily be shown and would actually be told across the world. And who knows? We could actually see that in the 2026 Grand Prix, that we may see some people, some staff leave because of this massive corruption, especially when they don't treat their drivers equally because they want to make one dominant than the other. I also do love it how that the fucking Sky presentation is absolutely terrible because like we have like the fucking people like you have like the presenter and then the cameraman just walking around just trying to tap on as many people's backs as possible just so yeah pretty much I don't know what Sky Sports is doing, but fucking hell, man, they're doing a fucked up job to be honest. Walking around with a microphone, just shoving it in people's faces. That's absolute wild. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It just shows that. Oh my days. I wish he tripped, bro. I wish he fucking tripped. I'm watching live broadcast. I wish he fucking tripped. They don't even know what they're doing. It's like as if they chose a presenter just to volunteer, and now they're just like walking around not knowing what to do. You have Officer Batman who go like, he asks a trusted adult of why he had to retire. He asked a trusted adult of how he retired, and he said to save the engine. What the hell are they doing? They're just like holding on people just to say hi and then just fucking walk off. What are they doing? I swear to God, bro is literally gonna get fired by the 2026 Grand Prix. Like, normal kind staff ain't gonna get fired. It's gonna be the fucking what is it? Staff at the fucking Sky Broadcasting. Wouldn't really be surprised because it got caught in fucking in Sky Arabic, I think, fucking being like a biased twat. So like, yeah. But at the same time, you also get the BBC getting caught up being biased, so there's that also. Into battle. What did I say? Into battle. I know that this is a fight for like whoever wins, especially when you have the three contenders like standing like this. Absolutely, the photos are gonna be released for this fucking event is gonna be absolutely lit, especially for the trophy, because I literally all three of them standing like the trophy. It'll be insane. Someone's gonna have something hmm the most important race of the season. And now, like, this is gonna be like the photo of like who runs F1 because you all damn well know that F1 is run by Arabs. What the fuck? You cannot tell me that the UAE runs F1 without telling me the UAE runs F1 because it just does really. Like, there's the fighter jets. There is the Etihad jet. There's fucking Ferrari. It's looking at it, did it now because it's gonna take like a shit ton of time in order to tidy everything up. Now they have to, if I like, get all the shit off the grid and now actually start racing. Mm, yeah, try it as a team, bro. Oh yeah, we also have like this. Is not only gonna be so yeah, pretty much. And now we have not only the final race of the season, but also like the final race of pretty much Yuki, DRS, basically everything that held on good about F1, because now it's becoming much more sustainable, which I do not even agree with. Because if you make it much more sustainable, you're gonna make it a lot more shit. Let's just put it that way. You're gonna make the cars a lot more shit. Unless somehow you manage to find fucking performance increase, but I know that damn well the performance of the cars will in fact decrease by 2026. And then by 2030, they'll probably do another thing where they're gonna fuck it up even more, where they're gonna make it fully electric, and then you're gonna there's not even gonna be any point watching Formula E. There's not any point watching Formula E when it's only hosted on Sky Sports. It's actually only hosted on ITV, which is first of all nobody watches fucking ITV because like ITV is like because like Formula E is like the free version of like Formula One. So like, there's not really any point of watching it to begin with. So hopefully like them buying out like Sky buying out fucking ITV could also buy out the broadcasting rights for Formula E, and then hopefully from there they can in fact host it on the actual uh Sky Sports as like a separate channel like Formula E, because like who knows, it could be collateral if they combine it. So there's that. So yeah, it seems as if so far it's gonna be a great season, a great season finale. This is gonna be absolute fucking lit, and on top of this is gonna be like absolute like crazy up there. Especially when right, we have it take it down to 12:50 in the UK, and now we have 10 minutes until the start of the race. So they have to, in fact, get their asses to, in fact, hurry up in order to tidy up everyone and get everyone off the track and everything prepared, just so that when it hits one, there'll be no, let's just say shit on the track itself. So there's that. Okay, so the live streaming broadcast is down. Let's in fact watch the map itself, and it seems like so now it seems as if that based on the qualifying, but Apple fucking So yeah, pretty much based on qualifying, where you have Max Verstappen in first, Norris in second, and Piastri in third. Basically, the top three who are contending for the actual championship are always in the top third. Now, hopefully to God, right, that from Max Verstappen's point of view, that he can in fact stay at first, and in fact might make a separation gap between Norris and Piastri, easily winning the championship. But from Norris and Piastri, they would in fact right not only dominate Verstappen, but also try and achieve first place themselves, just so they have enough points in order to simply gain the championship. Because right, we have multiple statistics on not only how many points they will in fact need, but also the placement that they in fact need of requiring in order to simply win this. And it seems as if the cars will be underway as it will be yellow flags out on the track. So this. So I am gonna join this if I go towards F1. Shit. So far it doesn't seem like as if I could in fact watch anything. So it seems as if I need to win a certain amount of points in order to become dominant. So they're gonna be fighting by not only fighting out for first place, but also fighting out against each other. Hopefully trying to make each of them or each other trying to in fact give up. So that's in fact what. So yeah, now we just have like a bunch of things, and now I'm just gonna want them acting as depressed as each other, just so that they can go like, "Oh my god, sympathy points," type shit. But Oscar Piastri has to hope to God that he doesn't have like a really fuck up of a pit stop, where like one of like the fucking pit crew just like goes like over it. Whoopsie daisy, I forgot to change his tire. Just like fucking sleeps on track. It seems so far, right? So there are softs, some are mediums, and some are hard. Piastri is on the hard, which is actually a good choice for longevity. Well, Norris and Verstappen are on medium, so they seem to have the grip advantage over here. But it seems if Hamilton, Albion, and Hulkenberg are all on softs, which is not only not very good, but also very detrimental, as that seems like as if that these softs will actually not last long. Uh, as you can see, based on the track temperature, that is 31 degrees Celsius, which is fair, but not really that good as that the grip would be pretty much removed in a couple of laps. So Hamilton would not even have a chance, and Leclerc is somehow in fifth. So I see, we can see the huge bias in Ferrari's team as that they prefer Leclerc over Hamilton, just like in the Red Bull team where they prefer Max Verstappen over their second driver. And now the second driver is in fact going to be Isaac Hadjar, who's pretty much going to be having a career-ending move by joining Red Bull. Unless if Red Bull somehow, or Isaac Hadjar somehow managed to convince the Red Bull team in order to simply make them equal with Max Verstappen, have an equal view of the team as Max Verstappen. So this is gonna be a 58 lap race, which is gonna split into a couple of these sectors with two DRS zones on the straights. And with about 16 corners, so there's perfectly enough corners with an C5, C4, and C3 tires selected. So it says if they selected the tires with the most durability so far, and it says if now this could actually be the perfect chance in order to simply win, as that the soft tires ain't the softest, but it somehow have a little bit of durability starting for them. Anyways, let's see if I check out the starting grid so far. So we are back on the Colapinto and Gasly. Um, their up is Hulkenberg and Albon. Um, Alexander Albon, and then we have Hamilton and Lance Stroll, and then after that would be Antonelli and Lawson. Then we have Sainz and then Berman, Sonoda and Hodjar, Ocon and then Bortoletto, which is an absolute massive gap between Hulkenberg and Bortoletto, which I can say, just like the gap between Leclerc and Hamilton. And then we have Russell, who has a gap kind of similar to Antonelli. So it seems different. The second drivers are a lot more farther away than the first drivers, which is absolutely insane, by the way. Now we have Fernando Alonso in sixth, which is absolutely fucking insane. Hopefully, to God, he actually gets the win over here. Like, hopefully, to God, he doesn't back down, especially when he got the medias, which he picked up with those hards, but he. Now to play the fucking final countdown. Yeah, Ultimate Showdown, because we never even seen a three-way like this. Because, like, we have all championship contenders in top three, which is absolutely insane. So do not be surprised right now we're going to be focused on these three drivers more than any other driver on the grid. Because depending on how they positioned and how many penalties they get will determine if they will win the championship or not. So hopefully the car is not only very legalized, but also to make sure that everything follows the law of F1. And on top of this, make sure that they don't pull any dirty moves, just in case of that risk of actually having that opportunity of people being penalized for it, which would be absolutely terrible. Now, since Zip is down on the formation lap, so the formation lap is in fact underway. And since if I that I can in fact respect my favourite driver, Oscar Piastri, because he deserves the championship of all things, because he works extremely fucking hard. Okay, so set C2 after. Okay, so far it's as if Oscar Piastri is doing quite great. Did the map just freeze? There we are. So it's as if everyone's in fact forming up now at the formation. With all the tires nicely heated up, nicely heated well. They hope to God one that did not take a while because the fact that Max Verstappen has in fact done some dirty moves in the past, right? Where they in fact right, intentionally slowed down the previous drivers just so that you can in fact take advantage of the gap. This three-way could in fact encourage him, to commit more dirty moves later inside the race itself. So there's that. So oh, the race is underway on the live map. But I'm not gonna watch the live map more. But I'm gonna. Ooh, this is a three-way tie, and so tight. This shit is so tight. Ooh, they're actually zooming past right now. As you can see, they're gonna be in each other's slipstream. Hopefully, stay in the slipstream. Oh my God, Charles Leclerc go and try and do a nice overtake, trying to fuck up Lando Norris's potential of getting the championship. Ooh, Leclerc being passed by Alonso! Alonso! Come on! Alonso! Come on, Alonso! If we had Palm Alonso back, this overtake would be done! This overtake will be done! Oh my God! Alonso missed out on the... Oh, Alonso. He could have done it! He could have simply done it! But now when we have the two dogs chasing after the mouse itself, ooh, Piastri is second, Norris in third. Hopefully, Piastri keeps his position, but it doesn't really matter if Max Verstappen is in first, because he will still win the championship either fucking way. So now, right, now to think, how are they in fact gonna take out and overtake Lando Norris? How are they gonna in fact overtake? Ooh, there seems to be in fact a nice incident. Um, this incident in lap two where in the starting position infringement. So Colapinto seems to fuck up with his starting, but that doesn't really fucking matter because he doesn't really matter the top three over here. So now it's as if that currently Norris will win it already. It really depends if Norris is so far behind, which he ain't, by the way. He ain't gonna be far behind because so far it's as if Lando Norris would pretty much win. So he's still relaxed, but he shouldn't be too relaxed as he still needs to stay on podium in order to get the points. Yeah, let's in fact see. Ooh. Now we have a battle for first already in the first couple of laps, so was absolutely insane. Let's see if Piastri would have the opportunity in order to overtake. But it could happen because hards are hards, and they're very durable, and it's gonna be. And comparing them to the mediums, it seems if right that Verstappen could in fact right use the. Oh, and the medium set a fastest lap at 1:29, so it's in fact quite nice. But Piastri's hards could in fact right, outbeat the medium's durability. So Verstappen may actually in fact right, lose the grip and lose the potential, especially after that start, which gives him an immense gap. So anyways, to get this done with. Ooh, it seems as if Piastri set the fastest time so far of 1:29.525. So that's absolutely insane. So Oscar Piastri has the pace, and who knows could actually show that Verstappen is losing some pace due to the wearing of the grip of the tyres. Not only himself, but everyone else on track also. And especially for people on softs, like Albert and Hulkenberg, who are immediately losing it due to the immense wear of them. Ooh, ooh, Russell gonna go for the overtake. Russell overtakes Alonso, which is absolutely terrible. Let's see. So, oh my days. So, ooh, it seems if I, uh, so far, it seems if I that Piastri has the fastest lap of the track so far. Lois is going to do a target lap of Plan A. We don't know what Plan A is going to be, but Plan A is going to be Plan A. So it seems if now they're going to charge even more just to get that fastest lap, which could cause a lot more risk. So it ain't Plan A target lap, it's just Plan a target lap. So they're gonna try to get themselves a target lap done just so that they can have the pace and potential in order to overtake. So this could in fact mean that we can see Norris overtake Piastri as that they probably forced him over to, which would be absolutely terrible and shows the immediate bias within the team. Hopefully this will not be the case so far. Hopefully Oscar could in fact keep his position. So it's as if so far. Nice. But Max Verstappen so far seems in fact by zooming away. So no matter if he wins first, second, or third, it doesn't really matter. He hopes to God, right, that Norris and Piastri both fuck up just so they can get the points in order to win. Distributing down to points of positioning, which Norris and Leclerc would not in fact, not Leclerc, Norris and Piastri would in fact like won't give up on. But to be honest though, if there's if that Piastri would in fact like overtake Verstappen when Verstappen is in the pits changing tyres like Norris because Norris also has to in fact like change tyres since he's on mediums. So it seems as if like Red Bull wants the Max Verstappen's tyres to last a little bit more longer, just so they can keep the front pace dominance. So yeah, they're gonna try and last even more, but this could be an increased risk of losing more grip than ever. Ooh, Gasly and Hulkenberg collided. Ooh, Leclerc and Norris's ass. Come on. Ooh, and Hulkenberg is out. Hulkenberg is out because Hulkenberg will is absolutely fucked, and he will be out. Now, well, that right, but Hulkenberg is gonna in fact pit. But now this will be a absolute terrible day for Hulkenberg, as he needs to pit because he got into another collision. And now I'm gonna put even more. Now they're gonna try and put Verstappen under pressure. Hopefully, Lando Norris keeps the positioning because otherwise it seems as if he's gonna be fucking up. And for the prediction of Max Verstappen, hopefully, from Max Verstappen's point of view, hopefully he fucks up just so that right that he could what is it? Not only if catch up, but also hopefully just to overtake and fuck up Norris's championship potential of getting the championship gold. Ooh, now he's on the hard tires. So it's as if by that having the fucking soft is absolutely terrible. So I don't know why the fuck they actually rocked out with mediums or even softs in the first place when they in fact have to pit and in fact change the horizon later in the race. Absolute insanity. Okay, Zappa seems to be grading, so he says if I Zappa's tires, I need to be fucking up, and the potential the pace that he had, will maybe actually slow down since the start of the race. Hmm. Hopefully, Oscar does not stop for Lando Norris because it shows corruption. The final race will show if the corruption is still there, or it will be taken into the 2026 Championship Grand Prix. Who knows? But it seems if Piastri's on hard tires just out for the longevity, just so that he can in fact secure the first place. It's just if they're closing the gap. Ooh, the gap is closing up ever so slowly between Max Verstappen and Nico Hulkenberg out of nowhere, stopping the collision and somehow managed to get the fastest lap, which is absolutely fucking insane. So yeah, it seems that the gap between Piastri and Verstappen is actually getting ever so closer. So it shows where Verstappen's tires are in fact starting to wear out. So yeah, pretty much Verstappen we actually start to lose pace now, so slowly, unless he managed to find pace with some other places. But the pace is actually starting to slow down, and the gap is slowly decreasing, making it so that he will definitely need to pit in a good time. Cool, cool. Yeah. So simply just put it, they need to survive this race in the same positions like they were, and if they have to pit, they have to pit during a time where yellows are out, just so they can at least keep their positioning. So there is that. Come on, come on, come on, come on! And I always love it how the Carlos Sainz is always going to be ahead of Hamilton. The one guy that if that fire in order to get Hamilton in, he's sucking a lot more than Sainz himself. Absolutely insanity. So let's see if I get this up done with. Ooh, that's hard. If the tires start to green, they'll be a lot more worse off. So let's see if I see that if they can pit in a good time while keeping the good positions. The pit window seems to be between lap 20 and 26 on the medium good tires. But I'm curious about the hard tires so far. So, okay, fuck you then. I bet you it's about lap 30 for hard tires. Come on. Leo Lawson guys have a nice 5 second time penalty for driving erratically. Yeah, muscle changing out too hard. And Isaac Hadjar also in for the final time at Racing Bull. Hopefully he enjoys his time, the final minutes at Racing Bull before he gets demoted and be promoted to Red Bull, where now he has to not only have have fun with his teammate, but also have to fight with pretty much everyone else at the fucking team because we know damn well nobody listens to the second driver because they always listen to Glorious Max Verstappen. I wonder when Leo Lawson will ever come in. Ooh, now we've found the pit window for Hards. That is lap 39 to 45. Okay, now they want in fact Norris to in fact build the gap up to himself and Leclerc, making it impossible for him just to overtake and lose the championship potential that he had. Now everyone's on Hards. It doesn't fucking matter anymore, especially when everyone is on the Hards. So it's as if our start on the mediums weren't good. And now Fernando Alonso has to in fact pit. With Norris having to pit also, with Leclerc. So pretty much everyone now on the grid are now pitting for the hards. Especially for the new hards now, we can actually see a potential of Lando Norris overtaking Piastri due to the new hard tyres. But hopefully they can in fact regain his position in the next couple of laps because we're just in the starting pit of the race. So they will do plan A so far. So so yeah, pretty much they're gonna stay on the hards as long as they can. And the gap between Piastri and Verstappen are in fact decreasing even more. This can actually show that the tyres are in fact starting to wear off on Max Verstappen, and now he needs to in fact pit in order to simply conserve. But if it's in the same position as we get to the end of the race, Verstappen would be the winner of the Drivers' Championship. So Norris needs to in fact overtake everyone in order to get up to Piastri. Hopefully giving Piastri the opportunity in order to box for some new hards. Oh, nice, nice! Lando Norris is in fact doing the overtakes, trying to overtake as many people as he can. Ooh, Kimi Antonelli trying to do the absolutely dominant charge. So let's. Ooh, Carlos Sainz actually in fact pitted now just to change out to hards. Now the only people who are on mediums are Lawson, Ocon, and Verstappen. Which Lawson ain't gonna box anytime soon because of the 5 second penalty, which will incredibly fuck him up, especially now when the tires are in fact gonna run out. He's either gonna box now, suffer the 5 second penalty, and gets the new tires on, or he's just gonna stay on the mediums for the whole time at the end of the race where he's gonna be applying to his overall timing and positioning. Ooh, moving on to braking. Nice! Lando Norris has the potential. Oh, nice! The incredible pace that Lando Norris has. So that's as if Verstappen is getting ever so more reckless, getting ever so more nervous about him, in fact, losing the championship, as his tires are still, I mean, but absolutely fucking him up. Especially when he gone from a 2 second gap to now a 1.8 second gap, which on the same tires, the 20 lap tires, is gonna absolutely fuck him up. Nice. Ooh. Wheel to wheel, Charles Leclerc and Lance Stroll. Who's gonna overtake? Oh, simply legendary overtake. Two cars. Was that Hamilton with the two cars? Or was that Leclerc with the two cars? Because that seems to be getting a bit normalised. Oh, and it seems if separating from the rest of the gap, it will be Verstappen and Piastri literally fighting it out on track to see who's going to get in first. Literally absolute insanity right now. Everyone else is behind. Everyone's behind the Liam Lawson train and the Alonso train. Then we have Verstappen literally just and Piastri out in dominance. Literally just fighting out their own pace. So now Norris has to in fact overtake Tsunoda. Then from there, right, he has enough track in order to just send it. Absolutely fucking send it top speed down the track. But let's see. So basically, Lando Norris is going to catch up to Tsunoda and literally going to use the DRS in order to catch up to him. So pretty much, Tsunoda is fucked in the way, especially when he's in fact going to leave. So pretty much, he's getting promoted out from that second seat into being a reserve driver and a test driver for the Red Bull team. So that's nice. Apparently, Tsunoda knows what to fucking do, so he's going to leave it to it. So basically, now it seems as if Tsunoda is in fact going to try and defend, but how are they in fact going to defend if Lando Norris is charging at an incredibly high rate? And Liam Lawson immediately comes in with a 5 second penalty, so that's incredibly gonna fuck him up. I wish he in fact tried to do it a little bit more earlier, because he could have had the laps opportunity in order to simply catch up. But now he has less laps in order to do it, so we don't know why the fuck he had decided to in fact pit now, and so pretty God Norris in fact catches up to Tsunoda and overtakes, because that's the final of the traffic. and then after that, right, he'll have the opportunity in order to just absolutely push it to the fucking limits and just zoom past. Ooh, Leclerc's only 1 seconds behind Norris. So it seems like as if that Norris and Leclerc could in fact overtake Sonoda, literally ruining the potential points that Yuki Tsunoda get. And on top of it, it's pretty much been the only time where Yuki would in fact be in third place. Because of the Oh, Lando Norris goes on the outside, overtaking Yuki, literally absolutely outbeating him. And now Lando Norris could in fact overtake. And now Verstappen is in the pits. Verstappen is going to be out in the pits, literally ruining all his potential that he had. And now, he has about a couple of tens of laps in order to simply over to use in order to overtake the whole traffic and hopefully catch up to the podium. Oh, that's a nice quick pit stop. Piastri is the new race leader. Hopefully, okay. So, ooh, so far it's as if it's ooh, now it's as if Verstappen is still in second. So, pretty much Piastri is fucked. As that Piastri is in the new tires. No, I mean by Verstappen is in the new tires, while Piastri is still in the old tires. Ooh. So since if Yuki could in fact get himself a nice fucking penalty. Well fucking done, Yuki. No wonder you're getting yourself promoted to fucking reserve driver because your jackass had to in fact get every single fucking penalty by sweeping. Apparently you knew how to in fact defend it by in fact committing an illegal move. That's in fact quite fucking stupid from himself. So I wouldn't be surprised if a penalty would be given out to Yuki. So now it says if that FIA will be pushed hard by McLaren in order to go like, oh my god, Yuki, bro, Yuki fucking pushed us off the track, bro. Fucking give me a 10-year penalty, and hopefully they will in fact listen and actually in fact hand him the penalty. Ooh, and now we have Norris catching up. Norris, Governor Norris, can you do something? So it seems as if there's kind of like a bias going where Tsunoda is in fact being used in order to basically be sacrificing McLaren. So basically, Yuki is basically doing what his ancestors are doing and pretty much absolutely suicide bombing everyone. So pretty much, he's only going to suicide bomb the McLarens and hopefully they in fact not overtake, just so that Verstappen can in fact win the championship. So there's clearly a bias going, as that the planning just needs to be like Snowdo is actually going to be used in order to sacrifice, and Charles Leclerc actually gets the fastest lap at 128.171, which is absolutely fucking brilliant. Now that's in fact gonna be under investigation. Hopefully Lawrence does not get the penalty because it will show right there's corruption within F1 and the FIA. And it shows right that they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But let's if I let that out of the way, or hopefully gain to their senses that it is if it was Yuki who forced Lando Norris off the track, instead Lando Norris just intentionally going off the track just to gain that advantage. But like, it just isn't intentional. It's down towards intentionally forcing Norris off the track, right, and try to disguise it in a way, right, that Norris did it in an advantageous way. Since if Norris and Verstappen are catching up to each other, especially on the new hards, and now Piastri's gonna try to stay out as long as he can. Hopefully overtaking Verstappen and put Piastri just so that Piastri can have the time in order to simply get on some new hards, because so far them hards ain't been doing any of justice so far. And then Leclerc does it again with 120 8.044. So it's as if Leclerc is getting that pace back in again. Hopefully they don't do that. Hopefully Piastri can in fact keep the first place. Bet interest, nah. Biased. Pure biased. It's as if my Ferrari gained the senses and now gave Leclerc the pace that they deserved. As Hamilton's in the 8th, Leclerc's in 4th. So 2026 seems to be a promising year for both of them, as that now is as if that they gained to their fucking senses. And Lando Norris goes for 127.998 on the track itself. Absolutely fucking insane. Mm, nice. Whoa. Days. I don't know why the fuck Norris. There's actually quite controversial. F1 is corrupted, run by the Arabs. So get back on your camel. Come on. But above that point, let's in fact check out the Discord of the vote. If you don't know what's happening, the vote is in fact going on and is currently underway. That is simply between a couple cars for the upcoming Tatnus event. If you're in Phoenix, please go over and hit your vote. Your vote really matters. It just shows right that if it's gonna go in or not. So far, it seems if that RS F3 will still be the lead, with Tatnus FT60 catching up. Ooh, no further action. That's in fact, yeah. Yeah, that was unnecessary whatsoever, but they did it because of one reason only, to screw up Lando Norris and give Verstappen the championship. There's a reason why the second driver is always shit, because he always treat the second driver like the suicide bomber that he is. Everyone who became a Red Bull second driver has always, and I mean by always, ended their career at Red Bull. So, so unless you're Max Verstappen, you're literally gonna have a career-ending move at Red Bull. Ooh, Antonelli got the black and white flag. And for Hamilton also. Yeah. So far, it's as if that if they stay in the same place, Norris will be world champion, Piastri will be in second, and Verstappen will be in third. So pretty much, the two McLarens will in fact be in top two, but Verstappen will be in third. So hopefully they keep this positioning, or otherwise, damn. But and then we have penalties. He's acting so fucking surprised about it, not like as if he's trying to in fact kill Lando Norris off. The fucking like who the fuck that bro? He doesn't even know how to drive, bro. That's absolutely insane. What tires has Hamilton switched over to? To mediums, which is actually quite surprising. But who knows? This could in fact give more grip, which will speed and pace that Hamilton must need. But it doesn't really fucking matter anyways, because it doesn't really fucking matter in this championship anyways. Because so far he's been on a losing streak and may actually have a career-ending move at Ferrari. Because you know Darrell's getting older and older, and he may actually in fact might have a forced retirement. Ooh, Lando Norris, the third with 423 points. Oh, Max Verstappen goes for 127.801. Absolutely insane from my guy himself. And now it seems like Sonoda is going to go for a pit. And yeah, pretty much ruined championship. Yeah. So it seems as if everyone's slowly switching back to the mediums. Damn. So let's in fact see, because the Lonzo trade is still up. That's in fact quite surprising. We have the Oliver Behrman trade. So basically, the Lonzo trade is back in the final race. As that everyone started to, was it, be behind Alonso? So everyone 6 and above seems to be perfectly fine. But then we have Verstappen and, yeah, Piastri so fucking far ahead, while having Verstappen slowly catching up and Norris. But it seems as if in a couple laps' time, Piastri will in fact, and Verstappen and Norris will in fact catch up to the back markers. Mm. So it seems as if the 125 will increase the pace of himself just so they can catch up. Yeah. No yellow flags yet. Oh, come on. And then there'll be battle first, Oscar versus Max Verstappen. Yeah. See? 11 laps old. But the tire age for Piastri are about 35. So, pretty much, I don't know how the fuck Piastri managed to survive, but these tires are still working. Are working overtime. So basically, what basically gonna happen? Soon he gets overtaken by Verstappen, he will have to box. Hopefully, they don't touch anything. Come on. Mm-hmm. Penalties have been served by Yuki. So, so it's as if that the tires for Oscar is getting absolutely terrible now, to be honest. So pretty much Oscar's in fact probably gonna pit in a couple of times soon just to change him out, as I seems to be feeling a lot more worse. It's like an abnormality because the pit window for the hards is coming up really. So pretty much, if they want to box now, they can box now. Come on, come on, come on. So far, it seems different that the gap to. So it could have been a good time if they boxed a couple laps earlier, because the tires are in fact like making Piastri suffer extremely hard, and they could in fact like losing the pace they had. And as you see, Piastri, you can see behind Max Verstappen catching up. Oh my days. And now the Piastri has officially lost all pace potential on his tyres. He definitely has to pit because Verstappen is on much more newer tyres, and much more grippier, and much more high performance tyres. Now there's an investigation going on of the Albert in fact speeding in the pit lane. Hmm. And Alexander Albon with the 5 second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That doesn't really fucking matter to be honest, because he's already last. So any Albon fans, you're fucked. Ooh. So we could actually fancy a fight between Max Verstappen and Piastri in the next couple of laps. And since the catch up between them both is actually saying, and we can actually just see that Max Verstappen can have an easy time passing through as Piastri has the worst of tires. Lewis using the (127.65) set by Max Verstappen, literally catching up to Piastri. Absolute terrible performance for Piastri. Absolute terrible. We have the Albon train, or the Alonso train, still going. So the Alonso train is still up. So if you want, you can get your damn tickets and you can join the Alonso train. Now we have a nice boss battle right here. Who is gonna win? Is Piastri gonna stay first, or is Verstappen gonna overtake? Why? They should have done it with Piastri. Now look at it. He's gonna get first. Oh my god! Absolutely ruined it. Stappen is the new race leader. Back, back to the first couple of laps again with these guys. Yeah, he has to get new tires. New tires is slipping all over the fucking place. Now, finally, he's in fact boxing in. Yep. Now we have the medium tires. So now it's as if like that for the short amount of time, Piastri will have to simply a 21-second pit. Now he has 2 seconds. Ahead for Max Verstappen, but we do not need to threat. We do need to threat. Cause this is fucking insane. 24 seconds is the gap between Max Verstappen and Piastri. Yeah, and between both of them, there are two back markers. Hopefully, he can in fact chase down Verstappen. Probably not, but who knows? Because as you can see, right, Lawrence and Piastri are both new tires, but look at that being also on new tires. Gasly also being on new tires, Colapinto on new tires, everyone's on new tires. Come on. Oh, Butter's time has been deleted for track limits. But we can't focus on that. We have to focus on this. It's only night time in Abu Dhabi. But now, let's see. Let's see if Norris could in fact catch up to Piastri, or Piastri could in fact catch up to Verstappen. Because so far it's as if Verstappen could in fact win this championship over here, but we don't win the drivers' championship as long as Piastri and Norris are both on his ass. Which which he will wish that he could in fact fuck up and absolutely screw up their potential. Upcoming video coming soon. Now we have 44 after the 58. The gap is slowly decreasing, but it doesn't really matter when you have about a couple of laps to go. Ooh, the gap is getting closer and closer with Piastri and Verstappen. Hopefully, what's happening to Piastri in fact affect Max Verstappen, and hopefully they can do the overtake that in fact requires so much. No, because what they're gonna do, right, is simply gonna keep Max Verstappen as long as he can throughout the whole race, because there's not that much laps to in fact go. But it'll be perfect to in fact box now, and Verstappen needs to box now, as that he has plenty of time in order to simply box, switch tyres, and get back out immediately. But the gap between Verstappen and Piastri would be even closer. Okay. So Verstappen will have to box now if he's smart enough. Will have to box now. He has plenty of time in order to box now. Because I see right, between Piastri and Verstappen. Come on, come on. He would I mean by need to overtake. It feels as if in the final race, nobody knows what they're doing. It feels like this is the perfect time for Verstappen just to get in, get some new tyres on, and absolutely dominate in the final couple of laps, which they don't want to do for some reason. Verstappen needs to in fact use some of his IQ and use some of his potential in order to simply uh, pit and then change tyres and then get the fuck out. The London train is still up. Go get your tickets before the end of the race. It's up to God the McLaren issue will in fact happen towards Ferrari, as it seems like as if that the board issue that Pierre McLaren actually suffered with could in fact respect to Ferrari if they make it the suspension a little bit too low. But it seems different. The gap is still there. So, oh, Pierre Gasly got a 5-second penalty for track limits. So everyone's getting themselves a nice penalty. Ooh, how to gain the pace is somehow managed to find. Okay. Bro, I don't know why the fuck he did not pit right now. Because by the 58 lap. Be wild. Come on, come on, come on. Mhm. Mm. Verstappen has done the ultimate decision of staying out. Even though the last couple of previous laps, he had the opportunity, the gap, in order to simply pit in, change tires, and go out. But let's in fact see the F F1.com. Let's see the vote so far. So the driver of the day. Let's see if I see. Verstappen has been doing extremely well with Piastri and Norris on the back end. So the vote doesn't work. So this shit is dog shit. So let's if I get back on the race. So far, since if like Piastri and Norris are on the straight end, 8 laps left. While having a gap, and now Verstappen's trying to catch up to Liam Lawson. Then from there, right, it can catch up to everyone on the back markers. A blue flag will be woven out as the gap between Verstappen and Lawson decrease. So it's as if now on the straight, Verstappen will in fact get the catch up that he needs, and it's as if by the first DRS zone, Lawson would in fact be woven the blue flag to in fact allow Verstappen to pass. Ooh. So the yeah, let's see. So Lawson is so Verstappen and Lawson seem to get incredibly close. So the blue flag may be flying out about now. Okay. So it says if the soft tires will be good for now, but it will be only good if the safety car will come out. And so far within the whole entire 58 lap race, we have not even seen a blink of a safety car. Pretty much because everyone's driving so clean. Apart from Yuki, which he became the biggest asshole of the race and tried to do that incredibly controversial move, which would be the additional reason of why Yuki's probably leaving, because the second driver is always the suicide bomber. 7 laps to go. Ooh, absolutely controversial. Verstappen has actually got a warning full track limits. So far Verstappen is in first, while Piastri is in fact slowly catching up. Who knows? By the 58, by the final lap, you can see an absolute brawl, but that doesn't really matter, as that by the 58th, we could just still see that massive gap, still being massive between Verstappen and Piastri. So this is the final showdown between pretty much Piastri and Verstappen. But it doesn't really matter in the terms of points, as that on the positionings right now, it is different that second and third is actually held up by Piastri and Norris. So it doesn't really fucking matter, as that Verstappen will be in second, Piastri will be in third, while Lando Norris becomes the champion, which I believe he doesn't really deserve because of the incredible bias at McLaren in the past couple of races. Because I believe Oscar deserves the championship instead of Norris. So, now Lawson has been overtaken by Verstappen. I knew for a fact that he would be eventually overtaken. Now tires are 31 laps old. Now they're gonna, in fact, now Verstappen's gonna slowly climb up the Alonso train, hopefully beating it, and then this may show that Verstappen will be in a comfortable position. But in terms of gap, it seems as if they slowly cover it up. But that doesn't really matter if between Piastri and Verstappen there's about three drivers. So Colapinto, Gasly, and Lawson have to move out in great timings in order to simply give Piastri and Norris a chance of beating Verstappen in this race. Ooh. 3 laps left. Yeah, nobody else apart is Vias if I get more stress than the fronts. Come on. Now it seems to be lap 57. One more. Come on. They need a miracle in order to beat Verstappen. Seems as if there's a incident between Carlos Sainz and someone else. Come on. Come on. This is a glorious race. Glorious years of using DRS. DRS was pretty much one of, if not the most best things to ever be used. Now it's going to be removed in this race. This is going to be the final race of DRS. All drivers will be using DRS for the final time. Even though it's going to be a great championship just to see the finale of the throughway, but also just to see the DRS being removed. It's going to be a sad day for it, as that it was incredibly good technology used. Yeah. While your laps is in Verstappen, we're actually trying to zoom past everything. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Mhm. So as soon as if they're multiple world champions, and now McLaren's gonna be the ultimate dominant world champion. Not even in the past, the present, but also in the future. Max Verstappen wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And then second would be Piastri, then Norris, and then Leclerc, then Russell, Alonso with the Alonso train slowly breaking up. Where we have Ocon, Hamilton, Berman, Stroll, Bortoletto, Hulkenberg, Sainz, Tsunoda, Antonelli, Albion, Hadron, Lawson, Gasly, and Colapinto. Now Lando Norris is the champion, is the world champion. Absolute cinema. Absolutely beautiful race done by all of them. Didn't really matter if Verstappen needed. What is Zach doing? Absolute fucking cinema.